let's start with what basically is e-commerce growth strategy. So typically, while you run an e-commerce business, there are a couple of parameters and pointers that one must know and one must take care of in order to succeed in e-commerce business. So as a part of this session, we are going to present 9 turbocharged growth strategies that will help your e-commerce business to scale up. Now, out of these, they are marketplace mastery, get a headless start, selling direct to consumers, the cloud-based, your software, going global, expanding your brand, making sure that your e-commerce platform is on autopilot mode, set the pace with new streams, and the last but not the least, making sure that you use social media platform to the best of the extent so that you reach your target audience, you reach your customers, and then you convert these customers into a potential buyers. So, to understand what is marketplace mastery, but before that, let's understand certain trends and facts that is going on globally in e-commerce marketplace. So, according to a study done in 2024, the overall e-commerce market, the global market size, is expected to reach around 3,647 billion by 2024 to 2028. So it's a staggering amount. So if you are planning to start an e-commerce business, to revamp your e-commerce business or to strengthen your e-commerce business, this is the right time. Now, the second stat says that by 2040, 95% of the purchases will be done by e-commerce. So now you can understand the magnitude and the horizon of e-commerce and how big the e-commerce industry is going to be. Now, understanding about one of our neighboring country and one of our economic competitor, China has hit 3 trillion US dollars business just by e-commerce. So $3 trillion, close to $3 trillion is Indian economy. And China has already done 3 trillion just by e-commerce sales. So you can understand what is the potential, what are the level of opportunities you have if you are there into e-commerce. But you cannot do this until unless you are having a marketplace. So I'm sure everybody who is there into e-commerce business would understand that marketplace is a well-defined, well-curated platform where you can not only sell your specific product, but you can also invite vendors or suppliers or artifacts or artisans or manufacturers from different segments of different segments of products to come and sell into your marketplace. So marketplace mastery is very important. You should know what are your core competencies, what are the categories that you want to sell into, what is the product line and width, what are the SKUs and units, and then how you are going to integrate various vendors, various product segments with targeting your specific audience to make sure that your e-commerce business is on a roll. So like I said, the marketplace mastery is basically an effective way of scaling your e-commerce business. Making sure that you do not leave any stone unturned and make sure that every single lock is opened, every single door is knocked. Because like I said, in next 5 to 10 years, 95% of purchases will be done through online. So if you have started preparing for those 10, 12 years right from now, probably when this particular opportunity would be at peak, you will be making heaps of revenues by strengthening your e-commerce operations. Now, what is the benefits of having a marketplace? So if you can see, so the first thing is effortless sale. This actually increase the product assortments, product inventory, product merchandise, product display at a very cost-effective price, and then it also increases your profit margins. It diversifies your offerings because when you are into marketplace, you can create product categories, you can create line items, you can create units, you can use subunits, you can create different products, you can create pricing, you can create offers, you can create combo offers, and in that way you have given a wide range of options to choose for your target audience, and that's where their buying reasons become more prominent. Their buying options are opened, and that's when you tap on the emotional buying behavior of your customer and make sure that the customer who has came to your website as a traffic becomes your purchaser. That is why, if you remember, we have given the tagline, convert your traffic into sales. And yes, this will all, because there are a lot of product related informations within your platform, so this will also help you to strengthen your SEO strategies and increase traffic. So this is a 360-degree a cycle where it starts from generating traffic to the website and making sure that it completes a purchase life cycle and then becomes a buyer for you. Other thing, unlike the offline stores, you are available to your target audience 24 by 7. That's where the power of automation, that's where the power of being on an autopilot comes into play. You are 24/7 available to your customer, even if you're not operating. So that gives you an extra advantage over the offline business, because your availability is every time available to the customers. And because there are a lot of people who will be purchasing, and if you can provide good customer support, good quality product, then you also develop a loyal customer database. And it has been evident, and it is proved by Gartner study, that loyal customers account for 80% of business generated in any particular business segment. So if you're into marketplace, if you follow the right strategies, the right processes, then probably you would be able to generate a very good chunk of loyal customers. And that's where, this is where the Pareto principle comes in, that 80% of the business, 80% of the business comes from the loyal customers, and 20% of the business comes from new customers. So it's very important that you tap on all your loyal customers, make sure that there are a lot of loyalty programs, there are a lot of memberships, there are a lot of benefits that are given to your loyal customers, your repeated customers. You have their data, you have their information, and that is why having a marketplace is very important to thrive, to progress, and to proliferate into an e-commerce business. Strategy 2 is get a headless start. Now, when I say headless start, do not imagine that your head is chopped off and you're creating a business out of it. So when I say headless start, it means do not have to have a face. You have a beautiful front end, which looks like a engaging, user-friendly, smooth navigating website backed up by a powerful backend, and then gives a feature to commoditize and give absolute experience to your customers. So it is very important that when you create your platform has to be very robust, the performance has to be good, the optimization has to be very good, the user experience has to be unmatched. And if you give certain these kind of experiences to your customers, then probably you would increase that loyal customer base and frequent customer base over a period of time, because once your customer gets used to your platform, that's when they become comfortable purchasing from your platform, and that's when they become your repeated customers. Now, what is the benefit? So it gives you flexibility, it gives you the leverage and power to customize and personalize based on the data that you receive from different types of customers, different age group of customers, different income group customers, different gender-based customers, customers from various demographies. This gives you enough time in the market. Like I said, if you are online, if you are having a marketplace, you are 24/7 available to the customer. So you get enough time. And the last but not the least, the most important thing is having affiliations, have omni-channel experience. You have multiple touch points. You can connect them through social media, you can connect them through Google AdWords, you can connect them through influencers, you can connect them through WhatsApp messaging. So you have all sorts of touch points available to connect with your customers. Next, sell direct to customers. So over a period of time, it was very evident that people were only selling business to business, and then these businesses were going directly to the end customers. But with But what has happened is from 2019 or maybe early 2018, 57% of consumer brands started selling direct to customers. So if you talk about Nike, you talk about Reebok, you talk about Puma, you talk about any manufacturing brand, they have started creating either their offline stores or their online stores, and they have started selling direct to customers. Now, how this benefits? You are cutting the middleman cost, you are cutting the advertisement cost, you are cutting the delivery and logistics. In that manner, the product reaches to your customers at much cheaper and cost-effective price. And that's where, again, everything boils down to having repeated and loyal customers. So if I'm talking something or some other important strategies, I would really request all of you to please relate with one very important aspect, and that aspect is to create repeated and loyal customers. Repeated and loyal customers, because these repeated and loyal customers would not only give you business, but they would also give you references. They will give you new customers because you would be having certain loyalty programs, referral programs, offers, certain discounts. And this is where you value your loyal customers, and they would be giving you repeated and new businesses. So everything that we do right now in terms of e-commerce business, it is very, very, very important to make sure that you have a very high base of loyal customers. Now, what is the benefit of going business? Going D2C is number one. You own the customer experience. You directly interact with customers. You know their emotional behaviors. You know their buying patterns. You know when they buy. You know what they buy. You know what are the price range that buy. You also know on what days they buy, what kind of products they buy. And then based on those information, because right now data is the most expensive thing you can own. If you are having the ownership of that data, you can actually customize, you can create personalized offerings, you can create suggestions and AI based solutions, AI based product offerings to them, and that's where you are giving them a lifetime experience. You can diversify and digitize your stocks. On offline markets, you might be able to show 200 units or 500 units or 1000 units. But when you go digital, you have the sky is the limit. You can have as many as categories, as many as products. You own your data. And finally, you get speed. You get speed in decision making. You quickly create because there's no middleman. You test the new products, you publish into your marketplace, people like it, people purchase it. If you give good support, good quality, good price, then again go and come back to you. They're going to give you referral businesses. So having reaching out to your customers directly gives you a very strong kickstart, and that is what going to contribute in your e-commerce sales. I'm sure everybody is in with me. In case if you have any questions, in case if you have any queries, I would really request to please keep noting it down, and I will be more than happy to answer any of your queries at the end of the session. Now, the next thing is going on cloud. See, the only reason that I would recommend to go on cloud is because it is really going to cut down your infrastructure cost, and it will also enhance the availability of your platform to your customers in the most efficient manner. So there's a study that was done by Gartner that by 2023, organizations who have adopted the cloud have outspaced the competition 80% in the speed of their e-commerce platforms. And like I said, speed is very important. I'm sure if you would have to make a choice between two e-commerce platforms, one which takes say 2 minutes or 3 minutes to load a page, and one gives you an instant I would say browsing. The speed is one of the most key parameters of user experience. So when you go on cloud, you actually multifold your speed, multifold the performance of your application, of your e-commerce platform, and that really gives a good impression in terms of your infrastructure, in terms of performance to your prospective customers. So how this is going to be helpful as it is highly customizable, it is low cost, quick to scale, and it has all sorts of latest state of the art technical interventions so that all the complicated, mission critical, complex processes and business rules within your platform are done in a smoothest manner, just like a hot knife through butter. So this will really give you a lot of time. So your focus would now be into making sure you get good quality products, you optimize the cost, you make sure you have a good customer support in place, there's a good logistic system in place, rather than focusing on the technical aspirations. Because your key job is business and not the infrastructure. So when you go on cloud, you actually cut down 35 to 40% of your investments in technology, and at least you get workload division and lowering the workload by at least 40-45%, which would give you enough time to focus on your brand, focus on your business expansion, and making sure that how you would focus your time in creating a lifelong and long lasting user experience. Next, go global. Now the business have crossed the international borders. So if you see, we are sitting in India. There's a hardware vendor. He goes to Alibaba, does the booking, gets a fantastic price, gets to India and sell it at a profit margin into Indian market. Why? Because business has gone global. When you go global, you have lot of cross product offerings, you have best price margins, you have best quality products, and that exactly helps you to increase your service offerings. It is very important that you have the diversified service offerings, which would enable trust, that would enable comfort, that will enable ease of use to all your customers. So it is very important that when you plan your e-commerce business, please have global business expansions as one of your aspirations. So how this helps is it lowers the cost, it increases the reach, and it gives you exposure to new markets where you have not been able to tap, and probably those markets could be highly profitable markets for you. You do not have entry barrier, because when you focus on one single market, probably you would have multiple players, a lot of competition, price based, product based, quality based, support based, or delivery based. But when you are global, there will be certain pockets which have high potential, but they do not have any kind of entry barrier. So in that way, you'll be able to create an equilibrium between your business competition and your business growth. The next is expand your business. When I talk about expand your business, there can be multiple understandings. So one could be, going global. One could be having, your multiple operations, multiple product line. But the most important thing you can do is that, say for example, if you see there's a swimming pools provider and operate B2B e-commerce business, giving certain things to hotels, to sports authorities, everything. Maybe swimming pool glasses or hair cups or probably shorts or uppers or whatever it is. Now he's doing it offline. Now because all these things are required online too, if you have created one more arena for your business, you're actually expanding it. So all the time you have to look forward how you can expand your business. Because while you expand, you not only increase your revenue margins, but you also increase your global expansion, you also increase your target audience, you also increase your reach, you also increase your customer segments, and you also increase your revenues. So I hope that expand your brand makes sense. How this is going to help? So it increases your customer diversification, it gives you more advertising opportunities, it gives you more and more revenues, because this creates you a potential platform on global scale, and this is easy to implement. So in that way, with an existing inventory, with an existing product line, with an existing stock, you have actually created one more door, one more avenue of increasing your business margins. Turn on autopilot, which means use AI in your platform, in your business. Business that is independent of people working day in, day out has higher chances of being successful rather than a business or a platform that requires 24 by 7 human intervention. Because when your business is on autopilot, when your business is automated, when there is real-time responses, when you have an automation in place, you are all the time available to your customer, even if you're not operating due to certain reasons. So that really gives your presence in mind of your customers. They would be able to purchase even if you're not operating. So being on an autopilot mode, being on an adopting the automation, adopting AI, adopting data sciences, adopting predictive analytics, all these things in a club will be really helpful for your business to grow. And most importantly, see, everything that boils down is the customer experience. Customer experience would depend upon how good your UI is, what is the performance, how would you know the customer, the personalization, your availability. So when you consider all these things, getting automation in your e-commerce platform will solve everything for you. And this is going to turbocharge your sales 5x, 7x, 8x, and sometimes some we have worked with couple of businesses who have been able to scale up their business 20-25x as well from zero. Like they've been able to build an empire from 0 to 10 million in less than 2 years, because they've gone completely automated, they've gone digital, they've expanded themselves, they've gone global. So what could be different implementations of autopilot? Your warehouse automation, your automation into order fulfillment, then your touch points, your customer service, personalizations, your return processes. See, there are 90% of the companies, they're very good at taking purchase orders. But there are only 10% companies who are equally good when their orders are returned. And those are the companies who are scaling up and having high margins. Because customer support is something that starts once the sale is done. And it's customer support, which we also call as farming, which will help you to have loyal customers. So if you can relate, everything comes down to building a loyal customer base. And that's where automation plays a very important role, because automation does not have their own mind. It's your vision, it's your values, it's your ethics, and it's your processes that would be designed into an automation system. And then it all rests to the technology that will make sure that no customer is unhappy. Set pace with the new streams. So it's very important to make sure you do a lot of influencer collaborations, you do affiliate marketing, you do cross-platform marketing, you do a lot of partnerships to make sure that you capitalize on the hard work done by your partners as well. See, it is very important. I've read somewhere that if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. So it's very important that you collaborate, you find out businesses who are not your competitors but have similar business interests, who might not be having the product categories that you have, but they might have a potential customer for your product and you might have a potential customer for their product. So it's all about collaboration. It's all about partnering with the right platforms, partnering with the right people that will help you to grow. So like I said, affiliate marketing, database marketing, featured listings, subscriptions, joint advertising. This will help you to reach the customers that you have not even thought of, or that were way beyond your expectations or way beyond imaginations to reach. So that's where collaboration and partnering with the right platforms plays a very important role. Now, how this helps in revenue generation? So it has a low implementation cost. There are low hanging fruits because they might have your customers and you might have their customers. So it's a mutual symbiotic relationship. Both of them get benefited. Both have their own platforms. It's easy API based integration, and you're ready to use each other's strengths and make sure that both of both of the partners gets benefited, and everybody is having higher revenues. Last, social. So right now, if I believe that there would be roughly close to 80 million odd people in India who are, let's take example of India as a territory, having mobile applications, having a smartphone. And out of those 80 billion, I think 75% of those 80 billion are using some or the other social media network. So now you can imagine that if you are active on social media and you use your social media, strategy to the best, you are actually exposed to 65 to 70 million customers who are potential buyers for you. So having right strategies, right marketing campaigns, right social media plans, right social media platforms, your brand positioning, your communication, your emotional pitch, your subconscious marketing, making sure that your customers are intrigued and they follow the IDA cycle, which is attention, intention, desire, and action. And every time that action completes, you are registering one up into your revenues. So that's where staying into social media, being consistent on the social media, and being sensible on the social media will really help you to turbocharge your sales. Quick benefits are customer engagements, accelerated audience attention, and growth conversion, setting up a very good brand identity, brand visibility, and brand strength. Getting customer insights, so understanding what different set of customers want, what they are looking for, what do they expect from a platform, what kind of support they expect, what kind of products they expect, at what price range they are expecting, at what is their expectation in terms of delivery. So when you are on social media, you're exposed to n number of people who would really, and there will be a very good chunk of people who are outspoken. So when they're outspoken, they do a conversation with you, and while you do the conversations, you get the data. And when you get the data, it is very important. It really becomes easy for you to analyze that data, come to a report, and probably that will help you to do an informed decision making. Higher order values, like I said, 5x, 7x, 10x, or it could be x into x. So it completely depends upon what is your vision, how precise you are, how focused you are, and what is your overall strategy. Improved SEO, because SEO will bring traffic. And then when it gets the traffic, again, this 360-degree life cycle, traffic to purchase. Now, the last point that I want to make is lot many people would have done webinars and sessions on how you can increase your social media platform. Increase your e-commerce business. But I agree that there are a lot of issues, there are a lot of challenges, that there are a lot of hurdles, and being the business people, sometimes it really becomes difficult for the e-commerce operatives to understand where should they focus and how should they come out of this. And that's where we come into picture. So we have an experience of empowering more than 200 plus e-commerce brands all across the globe in last 5 to 8 years. And not only into technical side, but we also help organizations on marketing, on strategizing, on go to market, on their campaigns, on their support processes, on their operations, on their delivery, on their technical aspects, and making sure that you really grow fast, hard, and thick in terms of your e-commerce business. So that's where Comwise can be a really tricky, very strong, and very effective technology and the strategic partner to make sure that you scale up your e-commerce business. Now, I just have one question. What are you waiting for? Now, for all those people who really have a dream and a vision and aspiration to increase your sales either from 0 to 5x, or if you are whatever your current business is, magnify it 5 times in 2024, then Chetan Sharma is available for you anytime. We could connect virtually. I would be be more than happy to take you through your current business audit, your e-commerce platform audit, give you suggestions and recommendations, and give you a roadmap how you can touch base and you can hit a 5x mark. That is absolutely free of cost. We do not charge. And in case if you want us to deliver, then we are more than happy.